welcome to the full moon in Leo video. We're going to be talking about the aspects of this full moon in Leo, the opportunities of healing and growth that are available. If you like my work and if you like what I'm bringing to you, please hit like and subscribe if you're watching this on my YouTube so that you can see what I'm doing more on a regular basis. I'm having more videos come out. I'm going to start doing monthly tarot readings, so stay tuned. So let's get into the full moon in Leo. So this full moon in Leo is actually a very intense moon. This full moon in Leo is happening on February 16th, 2022. And I checked and I was like, okay, when's the last time we had the new moon in Leo? And the last new moon in Leo was on August 8th, 2021, right? So this is actually a longer story that's being completed here, where you're saying to yourself, there is a part of you, because we're looking at that Leo energy, that wants to and has in many ways gone through a journey of saying, I'm going to show up and I'm going to roar my way. I'm going to present myself. I'm going to let who I am just come out. Because Leo is the sign of expression. This is the sign of saying, I'm royal, I'm here, I'm present, I have an empire. This is a sign that doesn't shy from taking center stage, but this is also a sign that has to learn about how to take criticism and allow there to be endings, right? The lion can fight all day, but the lion also needs to learn when to rest. And what this full moon in Leo is really saying to us is it's time for you to say, I'm allowing myself to go on an individual journey away from the crowd to shine in the way that I need to shine. And I say this because this full moon in Leo is really standing on its own. The full moon in Leo is happening with opposition to the very packed houses of Aquarius and Capricorn. When we have a full moon, it means that the sun and the moon are in opposition. So while the moon is falling in Leo, the opposing house of the sun in Aquarius is lit up. And so we have in this larger story where Aquarius energy is very much about the collective, the tribe, progression, integration. It's the sign of the humanitarian. So it's very much about the group, where the sign of Leo is very much that solar plexus energy of you as the individual. So with this full moon in Leo, there's coming an end to a part of your relationship to a larger group or a larger cause, where either your interest has shifted, your time in this cause has ended, your time in this circle has ended, and the universe is sending you on a new journey. Now, this is such a beautiful energy because it really hits the throat chakra heavily, where you really do want to let that roar out, where you want to let yourself show up and be like, this is really how I feel. This is really what I think. This is what I really want to do. This is where I want to harness that energy. Because Leo is traditionally the sign of the sun, right? So this is where you are letting yourself shine amongst the group. And in really assessing and saying, are the people that I'm associated with, are the projects that I'm associated with, are the things that I'm doing, are they in line with who I am now, with where I want to go now? Or if the answer is yes, there's still going to be a change in how you show up because you've changed. If the answer is no, thankfully in the age of Aquarius, everybody does find their tribe. So if you're willing to go out into that journey of inward or outward to what you want to do next, you will find your tribe. So this is a very intense moon because we have a lot of Uranus activity as well. So let's get into the aspects of each one of what's happening here. So in addition to the sun opposing the moon, we have the moon in square to the north node that's now in Taurus, right? And so the north node in Taurus is really opening up new ways to use resources, new ways to value things, new ways to express and into a joy, because Taurus is about the body. It's very physical. This moon overall does say get moving, right? It'll set the end and then start to get moving with things that are calling you to the next part of your journey. So that we have the moon in Leo in square to the north node in Taurus. So there's going to be a calling and awakening, even as there is an ending, even though there is a completion that's happening. If that completion does come with that new soul call. So really allowing yourself to hone in on what your next journey is, what your next expression is, whatever the evolution of your creativity, the evolution of your desire and the evolution of you going out into the world and saying, here I am. It's going to be a very kismic energy. So allow yourself to be open to what you are being called away from, and also on the very flip side, what you're being called to. Now, Mercury in Aquarius is going to be conjunct Pluto at the time of the full moon. And this is a very deep energy. Anytime Pluto's in play, we're talking about the subconscious, we're talking about the shadow energy, we're talking about the underworld. We are also talking about psychic, intuitive energy, right? That you are very aware of what you're getting and what you're feeling from the collective. And their communication is going to be very, very high around this time because it's Mercury in Aquarius. So it's what you're hearing from the people around you. It's what the collective is saying. It's what your humanitarian voice is calling you to do, and really getting down to the psychological reasons why you're pursuing this. Really letting yourself say, okay, I used to think this way because I was connected or tied to this group thought, but I don't think that way. I don't identify with this group anymore. I identify with more of this energy, and really allowing yourself to be honest about what you're being called to, being honest about what you're feeling, being honest how you are comfortable in your partnerships as in a collective energy, in a large group or small group, or where you're feeling like, actually, I want to show up in this group and I have it. And the universe with this North Node aspect is like, okay, well, here's a good place for you to put your resource. Here's a good place to put your time and energy. And we also have a very unusual aspect of Venus and Mars are going to be conjunct. And even though this happens about every 18 months, it usually lasts only 10 days. What we now have and what we will be in the midst of when this full moon Leo happens is the Venus and Mars are going to be conjunct for 2 months. So we have the planet of beauty, of the feminine energy, coming in contact with the planet of action and saying, listen, let's get active around what we value, what we want to create, how we want to bring in our income, how we want to show up in our body, what we want to do. And that Mars energy is going to be like, and let's do something about it. So this is also a full moon of activity, right? This is a full moon of fire and air, saying we're going to burn, we're going to create, we're going to dance, we are going to shine. And this Venus and Mars conjunction in Capricorn is saying, and I'm going to get serious about it, because both of these energies, when Venus and Mars are in Capricorn, they're about getting business done, right? I always describe Venus in Capricorn as a businesswoman who's the CEO. She's running her company, she's getting it done. Mars in Capricorn is like, okay, I want to get this done. I've had this project, I've had this idea, I've had this yearning on the table for me for a while. And if you haven't done it, this full moon in Leo is a great time to say, okay, the time of inaction is over for me. Now I'm going to get up and I'm going to do something. And it's actually the Mars and Venus conjunction in Capricorn is making a beautiful trine energy to Uranus, which is also in Taurus right now. So there's also a heavy earth energy of really actually getting up and doing something about it. We're moving from the dream phase, and we're moving from the dreaming and the planning phase to the acting phase now. And when we have this trine to Uranus, there can be there will be some type of unexpected event, news, communication, realization, encounter, something that sparks you to get up and do something about it. And it doesn't necessarily have to be external. It could be that, again, that inner voice, that inner lion or lioness saying, I'm ready to get going. I want to get going. I want to get moving about this because I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of not expressing this. I'm tired of not creating this project. So definitely let yourself get that Uranus electric jolt and get busy around what you want to start with this ending that this full moon in Leo is bringing us. Now, we also have Jupiter in Pisces sextile Uranus in Taurus. Again, this is a very beautiful energy. This is an energy of expansion and growth with your spirituality, right? It's Jupiter in Pisces. Jupiter is very happy in Pisces. An expansion of your imagination, an expansion of your creation, of your expression, because Pisces does rule film, it does rule theater, it does rule, that world of watery Neptune energy, which, by the way, Neptune is also in Pisces right now. So we have a very strong house of Pisces where we're able to funnel and to flow that emotional awareness of what we do want and what we do need into action with that sextile in Uranus, where it's like, okay, I am going to pick up this new habit. I am going to make this my new practice that I really do want to. You want to start acting, start start taking acting classes, sign up for some auditions, right? You want to start writing, putting in and saying, okay, I'm going to put 10, 20 minutes a day so that I am writing and I am expressing about what I want. It is a royal habit to place your priorities first, even before the collective, because this full moon in Leo also does point to where you do have to leave the group to be yourself, right? Of giving yourself that individual expression and time to cultivate who you are so that you can get to where you want to go. And now we also have Saturn square Uranus, right? And Saturn is the planet of responsibility and of accountability, of time, and of discipline. And it's squaring Uranus and Taurus is saying, okay, well, where are you going to have to surprise yourself and others by saying no to certain things, right? Saying no to staying up late, saying no to that extra stack, saying no to delaying what you need to do so that you can actually shake things up and get the results that you want, right? So when you're doing your meditations for this full moon in Leo, really focus on doing meditations that are about you claiming your power, claiming your time, putting yourself in the center of your own story and saying, I am willing and ready to show up. Now, this is also a very good time because we have all of the planets that are going to be direct until April 27th, right? We're coming off of the Venus retrograde, we're coming off of the Mercury retrograde, and now there is a window open for you to move forward and do with what you want with your time, with your creation, and with your energy. And the card that we're getting for this full moon in Leo is the Five of Wands. Right, and the Five of Wands is a really interesting card, but is it a card of combat? Yes, but the Five of Wands also can be called raising the spirits, raising the pentacle card, where you are this figure here, if you guys can see. You are this figure here, right? You are the one who you're coming in with your own wand, and there's this group that's that Aquarian energy, and everybody's coming up with their ideas and their vision and finding a way to make them all come together, finding a way for your personal expression, your soul path, your goal to come together, and not just with anybody, but with the right people. So definitely use this full moon in Leo to let yourself find your tribe, because you have one. But remember, your first partner is yourself. So if you like this video, if you like the work that I'm doing, please hit like and subscribe. If you would like to reach out to me for a personal reading, I provide tarot and natal chart readings. If you would like to find out exactly where this full moon is Leo is falling in your chart, you can email me at oshunsmirror555@gmail.com. It's also below in the description box. And I will see you guys soon. I love you so much, and happy full moon in Leo.